News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
A shooting and a knifing. Good morning, everyone. This is Montana Morning. It is Wednesday, October the 8th, 2014. Did you have a chance to check out the blood moon? I went out about 5 minutes to 5, and yes, indeed, blood moon is a perfect way to describe the color. Wish I had a better camera. Right now, we do have a mostly clear sky, just a little haze, 44 degrees in Missoula. And our newscast this morning is sponsored by Dr. Troy Doxey. He's got the friendly team at Chiropractic Works, totally dedicated to your chiropractic solutions. A family dispute at a home near Corvallis ended with a man being shot through the shoulder over the weekend. A Florence man is in the Ravalli County Jail because of it. Under Sheriff Steve Holton provides these details.
44-year-old Calvin Richard Garrett of Corvallis was arrested, and he was arraigned on Monday in Justice Court for 2 charges of assault with a weapon and 1 charge of criminal endangerment, and all 3 of those are felonies.
Holton describes how the incident occurred.
He brandished his handgun, and then they had a kind of an altercation and wrestled over the gun. Garrett still had control of the weapon and shot one of the adult males through the shoulder.
The victim was transported by friends to a local hospital and is expected to recover. Garrett was disarmed by witnesses and then fled the scene. He was apprehended later by Ravalli County Sheriff's deputies and appeared in Ravalli County Justice Court Monday. Bail was set at $50,000. Missoula police are investigating an armed robbery that occurred at a casino on North Reserve Street early Tuesday morning. Public Information Officer Travis Welsh said the suspect entered the casino just after 1:30 a.m.
He was wearing all black. That included black bandana over the lower portion of his face and dark sunglasses. And he was brandishing a handgun. It was described as a semi-automatic style type of weapon.
Welsh says the suspect not only brandished a handgun, he fired it as well.
He demanded cash from the casino attendant, and once he got it, he ran towards the back and actually fired his weapon towards the ceiling as he fled out the back the back door.
Welsh said no one was injured by the suspect or by the gunshot. He asked anyone with information about the robbery to contact Detective Guy Baker at 552-6284 or to contact Crime Stoppers anonymously at 721-4444. 27-year-old Sean Kastner appeared in Missoula Justice Court yesterday via video from the jail, charged with felony assault with a weapon. According to court documents, Kastner threatened to kill his former girlfriend outside a residence on West Alder Street, after which her new boyfriend stepped in between the two to protect the woman. Kastner allegedly pulled a knife and struggled with the other man, stabbing him in the hand. Deputy Missoula County Attorney Patty Bauer asked Justice of the Peace Amy Blixt for a high bail.
Judge, I would ask that bail be set in the amount of $50,000. As you can see, this defendant is a current danger to the community, particular to these victims. Alcohol was a significant factor, and based on the allegations, $50,000 is more than reasonable and appropriate in this case.
Judge Blixt agreed, setting bail for Kastner at $50,000. He was remanded back to the Missoula County Jail. A state ACLU official says a decision by the 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to strike down Idaho's ban on homosexual marriage likely means Montana's voter-approved ban also will be declared unconstitutional eventually. Montana ACLU Legal Director Jim Taylor says Montana's ban is nearly identical to Idaho's, and Montana's federal appeals are also heard by the 9th Circuit. The ACLU and 4 homosexual couples challenged Montana's ban in May. A U.S. District Court judge will still need to rule in that case before same-sex marriage could become legal in Montana. A 2-year-old Browning boy who was the subject of a missing and endangered persons alert has been found safe in Spokane with his father. Blackfeet tribal law enforcement asked for the alert to be issued Monday for Hunter Cross Guns. Tribal officials say the boy was taken from his grandparents October 3rd by his father, Tyler Cross Guns. The alert said Tyler Cross Guns used methamphetamines, and there was concern for the boy's safety. Deputy Mark Gregory with the Spokane County Sheriff's Office said the father contacted Washington officials Monday after the alert was issued. The sheriff's office went to check on the boy, who was in good health. Gregory says deputies had no legal standing to take the boy away from Tyler Cross Guns or to arrest the father. Members of the Missoula Neighborhood Watch recently donated $1,000 to a variety of crime-fighting programs in the Missoula County Sheriff's Department and the City Police Department. Sheriff's Office spokeswoman Paige Pavolone has these details.
They all replied that they wanted $1,000 to go to 3 separate organizations that were beneath the Missoula County Sheriff's Office and the Missoula Police Department. One of those was Leads Online. The other organization is also a nonprofit called Crime Stoppers, which I'm sure people are familiar with. Crime Stoppers is not funded by the Missoula City Police Department or the Sheriff's Office, as many people believe.
The Leads Online Pawn Program is not fully functional yet, but will radically change the way investigators track down items in local pawn shops.
So if a product is stolen and it's entered into a system by the pawn shop directly, then it's more accessible to find out if it was pawned, where it was pawned, and it gives identifying documentation such as serial numbers, descriptors, things like that. So it's a much more progressive and user-friendly program and super helpful for detectives that are working in pawned merchandise.
On top of the donations to the Leads Online Pawn Program and Missoula Crime Stoppers, Neighborhood Watch also sent $1,000 to the Missoula Police Department to help run the Anti-Graffiti Task Force. Bond has been set at $2 million apiece for 2 men arrested in North Dakota's oil patch with what authorities said was more than $300,000 worth of narcotics in their possession. Court documents released this week allege that 39-year-old Pablo Lopez Valapanando and 42-year-old Porfirio Ruiz sold meth, heroin, cocaine, and marijuana to a confidential informant. A subsequent raid of their Williston hotel room allegedly uncovered 11 ounces of methamphetamine, 9 ounces of black tar heroin, 7.5 ounces of cocaine, 9 pounds of marijuana, and a 9mm pistol. It's not immediately clear where the men are from or if they have legal representation. And the U.S. government has made offers worth a total of $298 million to nearly 4,000 landowners on the Crow Indian Reservation to buy their fractionated parcels and turn them over to the tribe. The voluntary buyback program is the second phase of the $3.4 billion Cobell class action lawsuit settlement over mismanaged royalties that were held in trust for Indian landowners by the government. Our News Talk time now is 6:10.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Ample sunshine today with just a few passing clouds. Temperatures will be slightly cooler than yesterday with our highs in the low 70s. Winds will be out of the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Lows tonight in the mid 40s. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.